What's going on? It's Chris, the Dating Doc. And first thing you got to do, please help a brother out. Give me that HBO special. Click like and subscribe. It really helps me out. It cheers me up when I see that number go up because, man, I'm struggling here to get some subscribers. What am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about how women who are experienced, older women, can use the experience that they have to their advantage. Now, the important thing is that I am rooting for you experienced mature woman, but you are too much in your mind. Instead of using that experience to really benefit you, to make you a more high value woman, you are letting the negativity live rent free in your head. So I'm going to use this analogy real quick. I want you to pay attention, so stay tuned. So I'm a fan of UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championships, MMA, right? And I like watching matches where you see the over the hill, the fighter who's about to retire or coming out of retirement, use their experience and beat a more athletic, a faster, stronger opponent because they've been there in the ring. They know what to expect. They know that this person's going to get too excited at first. They're going to tire themselves out. Maybe they're not used to being in that limelight, right? To be the pay-per-view main event. And that fighter takes advantage of the experience they have and they win the match, right? Again, even though they have the disadvantage of youth, they have the advantage of the knowledge of being there and the fact they've been there. So I want you to keep that in mind, okay? Especially for the woman. Why am I doing this video for the woman? Because what I normally see compared to older man or older woman is that negativity and the bad experiences have left more of an impact to my female clients than my male clients. Both sides are looking for a great companion, but it seems like this experience has become more of a crutch. So I'm going to go into some of the ways that you can use this experience to beat out that younger woman who hasn't been there and all she has going for her are some Snapchat filters. Now, the first thing to keep in mind is that you have got to stop allowing the past to tire you out. Like I said, to live in your head rent free. You do not have to take the next guy that you are interested in and put him through the scenario that he's never been in. You don't need to ask questions such as, well, if you were to lie to me, would you eventually tell me the truth? Stay away from negative speech like that, okay? Men who are quality men, who have the mental aptitude to know right from wrong, they're going to be able to sniff you out quickly. They're going to sniff out that you're someone who's jaded, and jaded comes from experience that results in an overall negative mindset. So first and foremost, get away from that negativity, okay? You have no reason to use life lessons and just be negative, okay? You have got to use these lessons to, stay away from the type of man you don't want to be with. But you should be able to practice gratitude, practice the fact that you have lived this long, you have these experiences. It is possible to live a life full of joy instead of finding comfort in being negative. So with that said, you need to focus on the positives of the man you're looking for instead of the negatives. Take, for example, I look at online dating profiles and I see a lot of better not be a player, better not be a liar, I'm tired of games. And that literally is 90% of the profile. Like, they don't talk about something funny. There's no movie quotes. There's no hobbies. There's no specific interest. It's all these, you better not be this type of guy. So again, if real recognize real, a quality man is just not going to want to waste his time. And what you've done is now you're at a disadvantage. Not only are you at a disadvantage physically because you're not competing with that CrossFit queen who is only 25 years old, but now you've become this person who is more geared and focused on the negative aspects or negative reinforcement that's out there. Instead of saying, you know what, you're a good dude and this is what I appreciate you. Tell them that instead of saying, I like the fact you're not a cheater and a liar. Come on now. See, and what ends up happening is the more you develop this negative mindset, the more you start creating your own stories. The more you start telling yourself, all men are the same, Or, you know what, there's no reason I need to waste my time. He's just going to cheat on me like every other man. Don't you think that a good man is also tired of maybe being cheated on or lied to, or that he's maybe tired of women that just don't make any effort yet claim to want commitment? You've got to realize that the more you let this negativity infect you, it's almost like a cancer, the more you become part of that negativity, and the more you create stories, which most of them are not true. Another part of this is when you say, no man can handle me at my worst. And no man can truly handle this independent, strong woman. But we know that through that pride, through this layer of ego, you're actually hiding a lot of trauma and a lot of insecurity based on past experiences. So why not be vulnerable? Why not be positive? Why not let the real you shine instead of elevated cortisol levels, instead of depression and anxiety when you're with yourself, only that person in the mirror, and you're no longer saying strong, independent woman. You're thinking, does anyone really care about me? Does anyone love me? Do I even love me? You don't want to go through that. And here's the thing. The advantage younger women have is not just their looks. It's the fact that in some ways, okay, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not comparing women to what I'm about to say, but it's like the little puppy who's just wagging their tail and they're super happy to be there. And meanwhile, you're the old wounded dog who's no longer loving, being happy. I know older dogs that are still loving and happy, right? So my point being is that a man is not going to put in a lot of work to figure out if that dog's going to snap and attack or if that dog is full of love, right? What they're looking for is a loving dog. And more than likely, they're not going to take chances, especially if kids are involved. Okay, this goes for both men and women, but the bigger point is, why should a man work hard to prove himself to be different when there's no guarantee that that love and that care is going to be reciprocated at the end of the rainbow, at the end of him showing you that he's a quality guy, when he could find basically your clone, your younger clone, even if you look like each other, who is more apt to being vulnerable, is more apt to feeling hopeful and positive. Would you want to do that? No. And here's the thing. Use the experience to live life fully. Don't just use that experience to say, well, I'm going to use this experience to be in spite of men. Use this experience for men. And it doesn't mean in a submissive way. I'm just saying, if you know you're looking for a good companion, live life. Like truly use your experiences and say, you know what? I've survived all this and I'm truly happy. Not I've survived all this and damn, let it be another person do this to me. No, do not let it live rent free in your head. You've got to be able to truly enjoy who you are and enjoy the next journey instead of trying to stumble and not walk amongst the rocks. And what I mean by this is you're more fearful of taking the wrong step instead of just taking the steps, period. And here's the thing. Toxic is not a flex. I don't care what people tell you nowadays with social media promoting toxic relationships or toxic behaviors. Use the joy that you have. Use the fact that you've lived long enough and you've lived a fulfilled life. It doesn't matter if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Truly be like, bam, the fact that I'm living in a free world where I can watch this video and I can watch it over my phone. I remember back in the days when we didn't have caller ID, right? You're talking to a man who's 41 who has lived a long life of half-ass efforts from women, of heartbreaks, of cheating, of lying. And I'm still here and I'm still grateful and I'm still happy, and that joy is palpable. And it's even stronger because I have lived. It's not blind joy, it's experienced joy. So instead of living in experienced fear, instead of living in experienced hesitation, live life with experienced joy. And don't do this just for men. More importantly, do this for yourself. So that's all I got. Click and subscribe, support the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Share it with your friends, family members, any other single friends. This is Chris at TheDatingDoc signing out. Peace.